I don't know how much you know about the MOOC. Chanti has already been in some sessions for the facilitators. This is our third one. But at the beginning, we always remind people about the MOOC and the goals for the MOOC. So it's a teacher training MOOC, and it's hands-on oriented. So during the MOOC, what the teachers do is they learn about the Learning Design Studio. And hi, how are you?
Good, you?
Good. Thanks for joining in. You're very dark on the screen, but it's okay. So I was just introducing a little bit about the MOOC. So it is a teacher training activity. It's for educators of all disciplines and sectors. So even if they teach online or face-to-face or mix learning and teaching, there's no problem. The goal of the MOOC is that they learn about the Learning Design Studio, so a design process to design learning activities, and also that they learn about new ICT tools that they can use for teaching and learning. So Lourdes was asking me earlier on if it's only for online learning activities, and it's not. Even if you're a face-to-face teacher, you can take the MOOC and you will learn from it. Then this will be the third MOOC. The second one was offered only in English, and most of our participants were Greek. Now we are launching the MOOC in 7 languages. So the main language is English. All the learning materials and activities will be in English. But then the participants will be able to communicate in 7 languages. So they can ask questions and work on their assignments in Greek, Bulgarian, Slovenian, French, Catalan, English, and Spanish. And that's an ambitious bet, but we hope it will work. Before this short introduction, after this short introduction and after going on, why don't you introduce yourself briefly? Maybe Charlton, do you want to start? Can you hear me?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Just say.
Over the last 2 sections that I did.
Yes.
Hello, can you hear me? Yeah, the last 2 sessions that I missed, I've been watching. So I'm a bit acquainted with what is going on.
Okay.
I'm an educator. I work with the Kenya National Examination Council, where we set examination papers for technical subjects like electronics. So this MOOC will form a platform to learn more about how to do maybe examination and evaluation online.
Okay, great.
If possible, the methodology that we will study can help me get more platform for maybe evaluation rather than training. And after training, then maybe we can evaluate the students online.
Okay, can you speak up a little bit because I'm missing the last bits. You need?
Okay. I was saying that I come from Kenya.
Yes, that I heard, but the last sentence, you said that you need something.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to learn about how to be able to evaluate students online.
Okay.
Yeah, that's evaluation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you mute your micro now so that I can reply your question? Charlton, can you mute the micro? What? Yeah? No, okay. So replying to his question, we are not going to exactly evaluate and assess the contributions and the participants, but we will provide some peer mentoring activity, so that participants mentor and are mentors and mentees at the same time. Okay, so Mireia, do you want to introduce yourself? You're next on the screens.
Oops.
GT, I cannot hear you.
Oh,
We
even
see.
I was not able to hear you.
Yes, now.
Okay, now it's better.
Yes.
Okay, well, so,
Oh.
so have and when I came to Canada, right now I'm
See, we cannot hear you. Let's just, GT, I'm just cutting you, and if you can try with Mireia maybe, and I'm going to skip to Lawrence. Yes?
Okay.
Thank you.
okay.
Hi everyone. So my name is Laurence. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I live in Ottawa. So it's been 12 years now. I'm in Canada. I'm an ex-teacher. I was a French as a second language teacher, and I was also a manager for teachers. And it was not my area. I was primarily in finance and management. So I really wanted to switch and to be in education. So I went back to study. So I'm a full-time student right now. And I really wanted to work in all e-learning stuff. So I'm full-time learning in e-learning environment tools, and I was really excited about doing this MOOC internship. So I'm jumping into that.
Great. Thank you. I think you have some similarities in the background with Lourdes. She works as a teacher training, so maybe she can explain a little bit her background. Lourdes.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Can you hear
Yes.
me? Hi.
Yes.
Hi, everybody. Yes, I'm training teacher too. I'm psychologist, but I'm working like a teacher since 10 years ago, more or less. These last 2 years, I've been working like a teacher of teachers, and one of the subjects was technology. So when I saw this MOOC, I thought it's perfect for me. I want to try it, and I want to learn a lot and do what I can. Well, actually, I'm working like a psychologist with deaf people. Yes, deaf people. I don't know if I can pronounce correctly this word.
Deaf?
And deaf people.
Yes.
Personas sordas, yes.
Yes.
And well, I only have a question.
Yes.
How many hours do you think we have to attend with this course? How many hours we need for this MOOC like a
Okay.
facilitator?
as a facilitator, I would count on 2 hours at least per day at the beginning, but then it will slow down. So it will start big because the beginnings are harder for the facilitators, but then it slows down a little bit. So for participants, we are saying 3 to 4 hours a week, and then for facilitators, I would say 5 hours a week at least, and then some more at the beginning.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Yes,
Okay.
yes. So the first week, more or less, 2 hours a day.
Yeah, the first week it's gonna be more
only
busy.
the first one. Okay,
Yes.
perfect. And if I have, like you can see, my English is not as best I would like to be. So is that a problem?
No, it's good enough. We can understand you.
Okay.
No problem with it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Before we go to Shanti, GT, do you want to introduce yourself now?
Oh, well, can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I have unplugged my earphone.
Okay.
Well, basically, I'm from Mauritius. I was a teacher for a couple of years over there, and I did my bachelor in educational and instructional technology. I found it very interesting. That's why I wanted to do a master's as well. But by that time, I moved to Canada. I have been working in various companies here, just like so that I can afford my my education at the same time. Right now, I'm working as an account manager in a point-of-sale company, which is completely different from my background, from teaching. That's why I wanted to give this golden opportunity to gain experience from the MOOC, so that I can go back to teaching and coaching again. Well, I have a question for the participants.
Yes.
Normally, when they register to on an online,
I lost the last question. What?
do the participants get a participation certificate from the MOOC?
Yes. Yeah, so they get a certificate for participation, and they get also badges for each week. So each week that they finish the activities, they will get a badge, and at the end of it, they get the designer badge.
Oh,
These badges are compatible with the Mozilla backpack. So I'm gonna share with you some of the links for that. No. Okay, so yeah, they get both things: the badges and the certificate. Okay. This is the Mozilla backpack, and the certificate it's a one-page document with a QR code that they can print. So that's the two things they get. I don't know. Do you have any other question?
no, thank you.
Okay. Shanti, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure, if you hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
I'm Xanti Juliara. I'm a primary school head teacher, and I'm teaching the last 15 years. Also, I'm a teacher trainer. My first studies was about primary school teaching, but I proceeded with 2 masters. One is about creative teaching, and the second one was about e-learning. Now I'm a PhD student, and I'm still searching things about environment. My question is that when we have a group, for example, of Greek participants, and we are more than one facilitators, are we going to make subgroups, or all the facilitators from the same country will be responsible for all the participants of the same country? Just to know how we are going to organize the process of our groups.
So yes, there's more than one facilitator for each language. So at least there's 2 or 3 for each language. The idea is that we will suggest some roles, like we tend to write a daily journal of what is happening on the MOOC. So you can rotate on this task. Maybe when every 3 days you can write the journal, and then the other 2 days the other facilitators can write the journal. Also, we will push a little bit the social media, so to communicate via Twitter what's happening on the MOOC. That's something we also can rotate. And then also providing feedback and answers on the discussion boards. So we will specify the roles, and these are the main ones: answering the questions of the participants. The other one is to prompting and dynamizing the participants. The other one is to write the daily journal, and the other one is to take care of the Twitter account. Jean-Francois, could you mute your micro? I think it's... Okay. Yeah, thank you. And then today, after today's meeting, I will create a Google Doc. So the group of participants for each language, you can also organize among yourself. What we will do is suggest the roles and the activities. And what we think is the best thing to do is to rotate, because it gets a bit tiring to answer questions every day and writing a daily journal. So the best way is that you rotate through the task and during the days. Did I answer your question?
Yes, because from my learnings, it is the participants feeling very safe when they know who is the one who is going to help them, and they don't feel complicated or a chaos when they have to face 2 or 3. Sometimes we think that the other one is going to answer and none is answering, and we have these small but very important situations. I feel very happy because you have a plan about it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we are just introducing ourselves. Jean-Francois, do you want to go next? So I'm glad that all the French facilitators are here today. So Laurence, GT, and Jean-Francois, I would invite you to meet or to make a point to talk among yourself afterwards. But please do go ahead and introduce yourself. Ara li has bloquejat el micro, no? Oh. Jean-Francois? Okay. Maybe can, well, hello? Okay. Maybe, Carlos, do you want to go next?
Okay, so good afternoon. My name is Carlos Fernandez. I'm not going to be a facilitator in the next MOOC, but let's say I'm going to be the person that, from the technical point of view, is going to take care of the MOOC. I'm also participating now in the design of the MOOC. So, well, I'm part of the staff of the Open University of Catalonia, and I'll be here also to support you as facilitator from the point of view of the virtual learning environment. And that's all.
Thank you. Maybe we can try Jean-Francois now. Can you hear me? Okay. Well, if not, I'm just gonna pursue. I just shared on the chat a link to the activities. If you can just go to it, and I'll also share my screen so that you can see it. Okay, can you see? Okay, you can see on the screen now the activities for the next MOOC. There are some pre-course activities that we will be asking you to start working on next week. So there's some warm-up activities that we will be doing. Of course, register and accept the course conditions, fill in the press survey, and all this more formal stuff. And there's 3 activities that we want the participants to do. It's to put a pin in the map. So we created the Google Maps. Google Maps where all the participants will have to put their pin. So we will ask you to do it as well next week. And there is also an activity that we want to try out, which is to create a short video of 5 or 6 seconds on the reason, on the question, why do you teach? That's something also we wanted to do as warm-up activities. And the last one is the brainstorming on ICT and education. So always, all these activities will be done through Twitter and the social media and outside the Canvas environment, right? And then on the October 24th, we will have the kickoff meeting. That's the first meeting for the participants. So as you can see, there's the MOOC is structured in 5 weeks. The first one is initiate. So they get an activity on the introduction of the Learning Design Studio. They set up the Learning Design Studio Pro journal. This second activity is where they record all the learning process they are gonna go through during the MOOC. The Dream Bazaar is an activity where they have to design and think, or more think about their educational dream, which is their dream and which is the challenge they want to address for this MOOC. Activity 4 is about analyzing the context and factors and concerns of your students. So you have an educational challenge, a dream that you want to be addressed, and also this will be solved or implemented in a context. And that's something that is very important for when designing something, right? And then there is an activity related to this one, which is the peer mentoring. So every week we have a peer mentoring specific activity. That in this case they will have to provide mentoring for activity 4, which is the context, factors, and concerns. There is always a further reading and a convergent session at the end of the week on Fridays as well. The second week is investigate. The first activity on the investigator is to get familiar with the persona concept. Personas are a term that comes from the user experience field, and it's an archetype. It's an ideal student that doesn't exist really on live, but it's like someone that characterizes your type of students, right? So once the participants get familiar with this concept, they will create their own personas. That's activity 7. Okay. And then there's a separate activity, which is to start thinking on the objective of the ICT-based learning activity that participants are designing. This week is going to be very busy because there is another activity to define the heuristics for the design project. The heuristics are the evaluation principles and guidelines to evaluate the design project they are creating. And at the end, they will also do a peer mentoring activity related to activity 7. For week 3, that's inspire and ideate. That's once you go back to, okay, so with all the analysis you've done for week 2, investigate, the participants are asked to go back to their dream and update it according to all the things they have learned about the context, the factors, the concerns, and the personas. And the next activity is about searching for existing ICT-based learning activities. And this is very useful it's kind of a competitive analysis or a benchmark activity to learn about the existing activities, how they have been designed and implemented, and also to learn about ICT tools. Activity 13 is about the user scenarios and the selection of the ICT tools. So by then they have a revised educational challenge. They have their context, they have their personas, and now they select the user scenarios on the ICT tool. So you combine the persona with the scenario, because the context never, or the persona can never be considered without the context. And then there's again a peer mentoring activity that it's referred to the previous week. On the prototype phase, it's when you start having something that you can touch and it's designed. So they prototype their artifact, which is the learning activity, and revisit and update the evaluation heuristics. So they are going to evaluate and analyze their activity. Then they have to test the prototype with friends or family or students or whoever they want, and they have to improve the prototype with the feedback on the test. The peer mentoring activity it's related this week with activity 14. And the last week is about evaluation and reflection. During this week, they will publish the learning activities so everyone in the course can see. There is also more focus on the peer mentoring, so we really try to get feedback from the peers. And there is also the communication or publication of the design studio report, which is the wrap-up of the learning design studio journal. And also there is some activity specific to reflecting and sharing the thoughts of being part of the MOOC. So I hope I haven't been too quick, and that you, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask now. Maybe it's too early. I don't know. I will also create a document where you can put in your questions and all the things you would like us to address during this training. As you know, there will be several sessions for the training, and the next one is next Friday. I'm going to put the calendar again so that you can see them. Today we are on the 19th, so we are revising the MOOC activities and the tools. Next week we will do some more light activities like the video to meet the facilitators. So we want to create a video with all of you saying hi to the participants. And then we will have the facilitators training by Yeshai Moore. That will be on the 6th, the 10th, and the 17th, right? So we have both training activities for the more theoretical approach and also for the tools. And with this, and if you don't have any questions, well, please do not hesitate to ask questions, but I'm going to switch it to Carlos, and he will introduce us to the Canvas environment and also our communication environment for the next weeks. Okay? Carlos, it is okay?
Yeah, it's fine, Muriel. So I'm going to share my screen. Yeah. Okay, so you should be watching my screen now. Is it right? No? Because I cannot hear anyone now.
We can see the screen.
Okay.
Oh, I can see myself.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I had the Hangout window. But you can see my screen now, yeah? It's fine? Okay. Okay, thank you, Jean-Francois. Someone had to say it in the chat. Okay. Well, as Muriel said, I'm going to introduce you to the virtual learning environment that we are going to use, which is Canvas. In the last pilot, in the last edition of the MOOC, we used Moodle, and now we have decided to switch to Canvas because, well, we had the opportunity to test some of its functionalities, and we like quite a lot. Also, since this MOOC, let's say that the framework for this MOOC, it's a research and innovation project, I think that it's very interesting that we can test several technologies. So Canvas is very interesting and potentially very good for our MOOC, also because it's relatively simple. Some of you may know it, and it's not really complicated. So Canvas is going to be, let's say, the main tool, the space for communication, the space where the content will be presented, but is not the only ICT tool that we will have in the MOOC. So students will have the chance to interact with other two specific tools that we are not explaining today, but tools that will allow them to design the work related with learning design, and also a tool that will facilitate the publication to publish their work in the work that they do during the MOOC. these two tools will be presented in another week. So what we are going to do now is to see what Canvas is and how we have organized it for the MOOC. Well, the first thing that I have to say is that we are still testing the possibilities of Canvas. So what I'm showing now probably is not 100% of what we will do. It probably is not the last version of what we will do, but I think that it will provide a good example of where we want to go. So what I'm showing is a Canvas screen as students will see it. So this is not, let's say, the author interface, but the student interface. For teachers, the interface is quite similar to students. So I think that what I'm going to show now, it can provide a very clear idea of what you facilitators will have in your screen. So first of all, there will be a home where we will well, it's explain what we are doing in the course. So here, what we have basically done is to copy the contents, the presentation of the course that we did for the pilot number 2. So it's explanation about Learning Design Studio, the methodology that we will use. We will also put a link to the frequently asked questions. So this will be the home of the course. Then there will be another space for announcements. As you will see, the structure of the MOOC, it's very similar to the structure of other MOOCs. We wanted to respect this, so in terms of usability, it's a lot easier for facilitators and students to interact with the virtual learning environment. So this will be, the announcements will be the space where we present these announcements. In this case, I've just created a small example. It will be the welcome of the course. Then we'll have a space where we present the modules and the activities within the modules. This is what Muriel has explained a few minutes ago. But in this area, students will have the opportunity to access each of the activities or each of the pages, because here we also have pages. For example, we have a presentation of the module 1 in this page that we still didn't develop. Or for example, we can go to activity number 2. We can see the description of the activity. We also have a space for the conversion session, so it's this session that we will do at the end of the week to share with students how the week was. Here we will publish the link to access the Hangout. We will have a space for further readings. This will be the further readings for Module 1. And also for weekly surveys, because what we did in the pilot, in the last edition of the MOOC, which was very interesting, is to deploy a survey for students every week. So let's say that at the end of the week, students had the opportunity to tell us how the week was, and we could, let's say, implement some modifications according to the results of every weekly survey. So this is for every module. Then again, in the navigation, students will have the opportunity to go to the specific assignments. So this will be the list of assignments. In this case, all of them are upcoming assignments because obviously the MOOC didn't start yet. Also, we have a specific section for discussion. It's quite interesting because there's a category called PM discussions where students will have the possibility to personalize, to customize, to select these discussions that they consider as most important or most updated, or whatever they want, they can move it to PM discussions. So in terms of usability, this will facilitate the work with discussions a lot. Then there's also a space for people where they will be able to use the participants of the course. Very important, we are going to structure, well, the idea is that we structure the MOOC in seven different groups, one group per language, and in order to access the group in Canvas, first, you facilitators or students have to go to the people section join the group, and then you can access the groups. So, for example, we have created 7 groups: Catalan, Bulgarian, French, Greek, Slovenian, Spanish, and we still have to create the English group. So let's say every language group, all the specific work with groups will be developed through groups. There's also specific space for grades. So for each activity, students can see their grade. But in our case, Muriel, correct me if I'm wrong, I think we will only have 5 activities that are great, that are the peer-reviewed activities.
Yes. Yes, Carlos, we will suggest a peer revision and feedback for all activities, but there's only 5 that have this formal peer feedback.
Okay, good. And then we have a specific section for files. So if students are interested to upload files to share them with other students, there's also specific space for that. I forgot to say that there's also a section called Pages, which is like a wiki section. So it works as a wiki section and can be also used by the group of students if at some point they want to work something in a collaborative way. Although I think that from the point of view of the program, we don't have collaborative work activities, so I think probably it's not going to be necessary. So also for the peer-reviewed activities, we will also implement some rubrics, so the students can evaluate easily the work of their peers. And I don't know what else to say. I've also created a new group, which I don't have here because this is the student view, but I should have it here. Okay, yeah. I have created a group which is called Facilitators Group. And this is a group that all the facilitators are going to share in order to solve all the questions related to the MOOC. So this group will be open from today, and I will create an account for each of you. And also during the course, the idea of this section of this group is that the work between facilitators is facilitated, so it's easier to work among facilitators. So I have all your emails, and today I will create an account for you. So you should be receiving by today or tomorrow. You should be receiving an inviting message. Check also your spam folder, because for some reason some people is receiving this invitation in their spam folder. So take this into account. So we will open the group today, and since Muriel and other facilitators are gonna be in the group today, also myself, we can start to solve all the doubts that you have regarding the environment, regarding the content, regarding the MOOC, regarding the methodology, everything. So I guess that's all, Muriel. Maybe there's quite a lot of questions, so this is the moment to do them.
Okay. Before they ask questions, I wanted to say hi to Dimitra. Thank you. Hi. I don't know if she wants to introduce her. Do you want to introduce yourself so that Shanti knows you? Do you know each other? Yes. Oh, your micro is muted. Mute.
Just a minute.
Yes,
Okay.
now we can hear you.
Okay. Yes, I've sent Xanthi an email, and just to introduce myself, I just wanted to tell you that I'm Dimitra from Greece. I work as a teacher in Ελληνογερμανική Αγωγή School and the researchers at the Research and Development Department of Ελληνογερμανική Αγωγή School. I was a facilitator on the pilot too, and I want to assure you that it was such an exciting experience. That's it. I'm highly interested in ICT in education, and I have a master's degree in ICT in education, and I'm a candidate in the University of Athens about it. And that's it.
Thank you, Dimitra. Thank you for the encouragements to the other facilitators.
Okay.
Jean-François, do you want to introduce yourself now? Let's see. Okay. I don't think oh, yes. Do you want to introduce yourself? Jean-François? Oh, it doesn't seem to be working, so well, he doesn't speak. Carlos, how will the facilitators receive an invitation or can register to the Canvas environment? Did you say that when you were, okay.
Sorry, I didn't know that the microphone was mute or on mute. Let's make it easier this time. So students can register themselves, but in this case, in order to speed up the process, I have all your emails as facilitators, and I'm going to create the accounts for you. So you will receive an invitation email from Canvas. You just need to say, okay. And then once you access to Canvas, if you go to the group section, which is in the main navigation, you will find that there's a group called Facilitators Group, and then that's all. It should be very easy, but if you have any problem, just send us an email.
Thank you. Yes, and do you have any questions or something that you want to ask? No. I don't. Okay. I have put a link to a video we created for Pilot 2. If you, I think it would be interesting to have a look at it. It's a short summary of the course, and you can see also the badges. You will also get a certificate and badges. We have created 2 new badges. These are explained here, and that's the facilitators and the peer mentors. So you will get the certificate for participation and also the peer mentors as well. And also some students will get the peer mentors as well, those that do the activities related to peer mentoring. And yeah, I think that we have reviewed. Oh, Chiti, do you want to say something?
Well, no, I should be leaving now because I have a meeting which is I'm already late.
Okay.
So I will catch up later with you. Thank you very much. So
Okay.
it's like, you know, it's helpful to go through all the activities with you. I'm sure I'm going to have a few questions which I'm going to write to the group so that everyone can.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. I think that from now on we will be able to use the Canvas group and use it as a facilitators environment so that we can all learn from each other.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
Yes, thank you. I don't know.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
Anyone else? Do you have any other question? If not, we will just leave it here for today, and we will be sending you some more information during next week, and also we have another meeting next week for the more social media and presentation video and everything. So yeah, I don't know. We can leave it here if you don't have any other question, and enjoy and have a great weekend. Okay? Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. Thank you, everybody.